Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I took a little break from YouTube after my son was born. Just kind of trying to get ahead of trying to get a hold of being a mom and just kind of getting situated with having a new little baby. So pretty much I put our birth story up already. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and check it out. I'll leave a link to the video down below in the comments box. Being a mom is definitely not what I expected it to be like. To be honest, it's a lot harder than I anticipated. Perhaps the biggest change just for me is having to change my expectations of, what I had planned, what I had wanted, to what reality really is. So the biggest thing with that is feeding Luke. He lost over a pound in the first 3 days of his life. My milk was not coming in, and he was very, very hungry. So we had to start supplementing with formula, and he has since regained the weight. He's actually 4 weeks old today, and he's 9 pounds 9 3/4 pounds. So 9 pounds, like 12 ounces or so, which is pretty good. Considering he was born at 7. So he's gained about 2.5 pounds or so since he was born. So we did the supplementation. We just used Infamil Newborn. We also tried the Similac Stage 1 or something like that. It's the newborn version of Similac. Both of which he did not tolerate very well. He was very fussy, and he would wake up screaming in the middle of the night. He was not gassy very much. Like, he just couldn't pass gas at all. So we're trying to get back to exclusive breastfeeding. That's originally what I had planned on. And when he was 2.5 weeks old, he developed a very severe case of thrush. I also had thrush on my nipples, and we were struggling once again with feeding him because he screamed and cried every time he was placed on my breast, and he pulled himself off, and he just didn't like it. So now that we have the thrush under control, we're trying to go back to exclusive breastfeeding, but at this point he's so used to formula supplementation and the flow from the bottle that he gets frustrated easily with my milk because it doesn't come in as quickly or as steadily as the milk from the bottle. So just kind of adjusting with that has been really hard. Honestly, I cried for the first 3 days that we had to supplement, just because I felt like I was such a failure at being able to provide for my son. He's actually asleep. I'm here. That's why I keep looking down. But, as a mom, I kind of did what I had to do, and I just adjusted, and we're going with the flow. I am meeting with a lactation consultant on Tuesday to help me out because, he has a good latch. When he latches, he just gets frustrated very easily and refuses to eat pretty much for very long. I did hear about this thing. It's called a supplemental nursing system, which is basically a very small tube that you place in the baby's mouth after they've latched on. And you supplement. You can use formula, you can use water, you can use breast milk in it, and it really trains both you and the baby on how to properly and effectively breastfeed. So hopefully she can help us out with that. And we'll see. Aside from that, I mean, we're sleeping really well. We're doing really well. The house has gotten a little bit messy just because I'm constantly feeding him and whatnot. As far as Luke goes, he's doing really, really well. He's still 20 inches long, which is fine. That's how big he was when he was born. And like I mentioned just a little bit ago, he's 9 3/4 pounds. And he is still wearing newborn shirts, like onesies, clothes and stuff. The 0 to 3 month is still really large on him. He sleeps between 3 and 4 hours during the day and about 6 hours at night in one stretch, which I know is, maybe not recommended by pediatricians or whoever does all those recommendations, but my philosophy in life is don't wake a sleeping baby. He's not going to sleep himself into starving to death. He'll wake up when he's hungry, and he does. He'll let me know. And, we're just kind of going with the flow. He loves taking warm baths. If it's a cooler bath, he will hate it, but he does love taking warm baths. And he still loves to be swaddled. He loves to eat, and he just is very curious about the world. He does not at all like his diaper to be changed. He will scream and cry and fuss until it's done. Once you get the last little hook back on, he does completely fine. We did discover the first week of Luke's life that he has a sensitivity to the Pampers Swaddlers diapers and the Pampers Sensitive diapers. So at this point, the only diapers that he can wear are the Huggies brand diapers. We do plan on cloth diapering or giving that a try, but he does not fit into the diaper covers at this point in time. He's still too small for them, so we are just sticking with the Huggies brand, the Swaddlers for now, and hoping that he will fit soon. I need to actually call and make an appointment with the hematology department at Children's Hospital. They want to check his blood just to make sure that his platelet function is normal and working properly, just because of the issues that I have. When he was born, the first 2 blood tests that they did, his blood actually coagulated so quickly that they didn't have time to get it down to the lab before they could test it. It coagulated on the way there, so they couldn't test it. The 3rd test was fine. But I'm curious to know because I received a DDAVP to keep my platelets in check during delivery, if that somehow transferred to him, and he probably didn't have an issue with clotting, per se, until that medication was kind of given to him. So we'll find out soon, hopefully, and go from there. Aside from that, I really don't know. He eats, he poops, he sleeps. That's about all he does is just eat and sleep. Yeah, as far as I go, at 1 month out, I am 123 pounds. So I've lost 25 pounds since delivery. And I still have... Ideally, I'd still like to lose about 15 more, maybe 20, and we'll kind of go from there. I do still have quite a large gap in my abdominal muscles, and I found out the other day that I actually tore several of the abdominal muscles when I was pushing. And there's a possibility that I have a hernia, not an umbilical hernia, but one actually higher up underneath my sternum. So we need to go get that checked out. And then, I'm sorry guys, I'm tired. Here's kind of moving. Here's my little precious angel. He's sleeping. What was I gonna say? That happens quite frequently. He'll just go from sleeping peacefully to screaming, but he's still asleep, so I don't know kind of what this is about. See his little thing? He's still asleep. So I guess I'm gonna wrap up the video because he's getting fussy. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the video, but I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.